All right, y'all, welcome back. My name is Steven. This is another episode. We're outlining the trade that we just took during the New York session on July 31st. Just a small one contract MES trade. And we'll go into TradingView first. This is where I'm doing all my charting as of right now. And from TradingView, what you see is there's this zone down here that I drew. And that zone comes from a previously unmitigated zone that we fully haven't mitigated yet. So the idea was to come back into it and tap into something unmitigated before we reject and go back up. Hence why we have this there. Now we did tap into this zone right here and mitigate it, which comes from back here. Just a small little zone that I identified. So that kind of is done. And this is the zone that we were targeting. Now, I just got back from a couple yoga classes and I had this all identified prior. So I was happy to come back and see that we were approaching this VWAP and this zone. And I essentially, as soon as we got to this zone, I put in a join bid order and took it up, targeting the top of this zone right here. Now, we're on a 5-minute chart, but this here is a 4-hour range. So this big range you see right here outlined, that's a 4-hour range. So a couple things. If we go to the 4-hour chart, you'll be able to see a little bit better. Let me widen that up. You can see we cleaned it. And the idea to me is that we're going to come all the way back up to approximately this 50% of this zone. This previous zone where the bottom was like down over here, right? So actually this is the bottom. We tapped out of it, so I didn't really count this wick. Probably should have. So technically you could count this as just one big zone right here, and that's the bottom of it, and we just wicked out of it. But I identified it from here, and I didn't count this wick as the 4-hour zone, and because we didn't spend a ton of time there and came all the way back down and cleaned it, we actually double bottomed into it and then started to come back up. So that being said, coming back to the 5-minute is where we entered. You can see I have this little zone down here, about a 3.4 to 3 trade, 3.4 to 1 trade. And we basically had a really tight stop with a stop at the top of the zone, because I could have seen us continuing down and targeting the next zone, which we still could potentially do, right? We have a smaller zone right here, right, that we could reject from the 50% and then come back. So another entry point could be right here to continue to take it up higher if we get a rejection there. But I assume that we are going to come back to 50% of this range, retrace a little bit, and then make a decision whether to continue down or go up. So going back into Quant Tower to finish up on this trade. Let's see what, I don't even know what we made on it. Make sure our working orders are closed. It was a $41.25 on the trade. So we weren't in it very long. It was a pretty quick trade. And we were out by 12.19, 219. And we entered at 216, so 3 minutes. So it was a quick little scalp to the top of the range. You can see now we have this little indecision candle here. So price may retrace back to this level right here. So pretty good little scalp. We hit it on all of our contracts, up 41.25 for the day. Looking to continue to trade if something is available, either taking it up higher if we continue to make higher lows and higher highs, or continuing downward if we see another break of structure to the bottom, which to me would signal a continuation. If we do get a continuation, I will look for the next zone which we already have identified here. So this zone, I would look to mitigate this zone right here, probably targeting this next zone right here as a potential place of entry, somewhere in there. So that's kind of our next target to move back up. So we'll see. Looks like we have had 1, 2, 3 smaller time frame swing range right here, which I won't annotate, and then we're creating another swing range right here right now, which is the current range that we're in. So we clean this high, so we basically, this is the validated low right here. I would expect that worst case, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see us retrace a little bit, clean this range, then come back a little bit deeper to 50% and then continue to take it up. That's what I would like to see. So I'm really looking for an entry back to the upside right here, if we can find that. Probably like to see it come up, retrace a little bit, range, consolidate, break it, come back down, and then take off. So we'll close this video out. Until next time, happy trading.